So in today's discussion, we will be discussing about micro-teaching. So it is a very important topic in teacher training, and in our previous class we have discussed about micro-teaching and its cycle. So let us discuss about it in short. So as a recapitulation, we will be discussing the cycles in today's session. And micro-teaching is nothing but a teacher training technique in which the trainees, they get themselves improved in each and every micro teaching skill. So we will not be focusing on entire set of skills. Instead, we will be focusing on one particular skill, and one by one we will be improving our skills. So that is a cycle. As you know, it starts from planning. We'll start with Subhashini, give an intro, and then we'll go with the cycle.
So good morning everyone. As you said, ma'am, micro-teaching is a teacher's training technique which is specially taught for the student teachers, that is us. So why we learn micro-teaching is that before we learn anything or any new skills or be it any activity, we go from the basics, right? We start from the very basic, then we go for intermediate, then we study the advanced levels. So similarly, micro-teaching is one skill or particularly a topic which we learn as a basic, that is we student teachers. Why we learn this is that it is a scaled down technique which is taught where we choose a particular topic and we preach it to our peer groups only. First we practice it on our peer groups and we see if there's any improvements or something, and it is also taught for only 5 to 10 peers and the time duration is only 5 to 7 minutes. So we take a topic and we finish it between that particular. So it was first introduced by Alan, Wren and their co-colleagues in the Stanford University, which is there in the USA, right? So it was introduced in the year 1963 and then it came to India in the 1969 only. It took this many years for it to come from USA to India, but it was only implemented in the year 1970. So from then we have been taught this technique to improvise ourselves. Thank you.
We'll start with the cycle, planning.
In micro-teaching cycle, the first is planning. Planning ஒரு நம்ம ஸ்டூடெண்ட் டீச்சர் வந்து ட்ரெயின் பண்ணும்போது எவ்வளோ நிமிஷம் 5 to 7 minutes அந்த டியூரேஷனுக்கு நம்ம ஒரு ஸ்பெசிஃபிக் டாப்பிக்கை எவ்வளோ நிமிஷம் எடுக்கிறோம் அதுக்கு தகுந்த மாதிரி பிளான் பண்ணி எடுக்கணும்.
The next step in micro-teaching cycle is teaching. So in teaching, what does the teacher trainee do is that what he or she has planned, they come and implement to a specific group of people using a specific skill. So they teach them according to what they have planned. But in case if any unexpected situation arises, he or she should have the confidence to lead it in a different way, which is unplanned only, but he or she should be capable of doing it. That is teaching.
So coming to feedback, in micro-teaching, feedback is a very important step. So you get feedback from your peer group, supervisor and observer. So they'll tell you some suggestions where you have to improve, where you are lacking, all those methods, the way of teaching, how you should improve, all those things they'll tell you. And you have to take it as consideration. When we come next, you have to correct it. So that's why feedback is a very important thing.
ரீப்ளானில் வந்து ஃபீட்பேக் வாங்கினதுக்கப்புறம் நம்ம எப்படி இன்னும் இம்ப்ரூவ் பண்ணலாம் அந்த லெசன்ஸை அதுதான் ரீப்ளானில்.
After getting constructive feedback from your peers and your teachers, you will be replanning the lesson again and you will be teaching.
So reteach is that what we have taught and we have got even feedback also. So keeping all of that in the mind, we improve our teaching, and if in any case we have to add something or disclose something, we would do it in reteaching.
So after reteaching, what would you do?
It is the last step in the micro-teaching cycle, which is re-feedback. It is similar to what is feedback, but here what happens is that we get, even if there's any points to improve ourselves or if there is any mistake, sometimes we may lag or sometimes we may get tensed, we may forget something, so something like this happens, right? These are unforeseen situations that may happen. So in this step, we'll get the feedback once again from our same peer groups and our supervisors or observers, which is also a constructive feedback only for the betterment of our student teachers, so that when we go and present the same topic or maybe even more complex topics to the students, we don't make any mistakes there.
So now let's put upon all the points and draw the advantages of micro teaching. So micro teaching, like it will help us to self development. So it will help us in self evaluation. So by getting feedback and re-feedback, we can evaluate ourselves where we are standing. And next thing is communication. Our communication skill will improve. So it will help us self-improvement, and it will help us communicate well. So our communication will also improve. And then micro teaching will only particularly focus on a particular skill. So this will help us to improve that particular skill and then move on to the next. And the environment will be controlled, so where we can practice more and more. So it is, the micro teaching is only for 5 to 7 minutes. So it will help us to take us to retrial. Many trials can be conducted by which we can improve. Next thing is self-innovation. So self-innovation in the sense, the method we use for teaching, by getting feedback, we can improve that. So the way of teaching will be improved. So if you are teaching only by blackboard, we can improvise in the next trial, like using a presentation or giving some activities, something like that. So these are the advantages of micro teaching.
Yes, so as you know, micro teaching is a very important thing that each and every teacher should practice, and before getting into the real classroom, you must practice each and every skill. So this is the time where you can practice all those things, and when you go for internship also, you can implement it practically. So hope you all understood the topic. Thank you.
Thank you.